I personally love these talks of characters and character interactions in Disney's parks, but Disney might not feel the same way, at least about a particular character. And that gets us to this story out of that park place. Walt Disney World announces villains lineup for Magic Kingdom's Villains Land, with one noticeable exception. This July 23rd, 2025, by the amazing Marvin Montenaro, editor-in-chief of that park place. Walt Disney World has revealed the roster of iconic villains set to inhabit the upcoming Villains Land expansion at Magic Kingdom. Announced initially at D23 Expo in 2024 and refined with further details in early 2025, this new themed area promises a, quote, twisted realm where guests can immerse themselves in the darker side of Disney storytelling. However, amid this excitement, fans and critics alike are pointing to one notable, if not predictable, omission. Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog. This absence has fueled speculation about Disney's efforts to distance itself from elements associated with voodoo, echoing changes seen in the most recent Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction. Now, I believe, Marvin, you were able to find a video, this kind of Facebook reel that somebody actually re-uploaded, I believe, from Walt Disney World coming out and hyping up this Villains Land right here. We have this this video right here.
These are like just close-ups of the. These are just like close-ups of the concept art we've already seen, pretty much. But they do go through the whole roster of villains here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Queen of Hearts, Jafar.
Yeah.
Then we got the Evil Queen. Well, they say the Evil Queen's lair is going to be part of this. Lady Tremaine. I always love Lady Tremaine. Yzma. I actually kind of geeked out for Yzma.
That's good inclusion.
Yeah, whenever I have an Yzma attack, I'm like having a hard time breathing, so I understand.
Captain.
I think she's going to be the centerpiece.
Yeah.
So interesting. I wonder if they're not going to have Gaston by his tavern anymore. Well, I mean, they haven't for forever, but they count the transformed Evil Queen as a different character. Mother Gothel, I was excited for because you never see her. Ursula, now I'm wondering if she's just going to be in an attraction or if they're actually going to do a Ursula character for the first time. It's always cool when they do Hades. Chernabog, that's interesting. And
Chernabog?
the dragon transformed.
Yeah, I would have rather had Chernabog in the at the reworked Matterhorn, because that was one of the things that we're going to do with that area of the park is take the Matterhorn, combine it with the submarine. Go ahead.
Also, I would like to point out that the person who found this initially was Erica from Erica and Raph.
Hey, Erica.
Oh, great stuff there, Erica. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. It's awesome. But as you can see right there, no Dr. Facilier, no, what do they call it? Like the voodoo?
Shadow Man?
Shadow Man. There you go. I forgot what that was all about right there for just a second. But yes, the Shadow Man. Go ahead.
Okay, I need somebody to explain to me something. I'd like to do this with Jonas around, but because Marvin is here, I can ask him. Vash, you'll probably already know and say, why didn't you ask me? But anyway,
go ahead, please.
Why do we care so much about a voodoo character when Disney's all about covens of witches?
It's not even just the covens of witches. I mean, somebody in Stories Matter got it in their head that they don't want to offend practitioners of voodoo.
Have you seen some of that art that they like slapped up on places?
Well, I mean, look, in the Broadway musical version of Hunchback of Notre Dame, which never actually made it to Broadway, Frollo is the archdeacon of Notre Dame. He's not a judge. And then you have them; they're doing Hercules. They do Thor. I mean, these are actual religions that people still follow today.
Yes.
So if you want to say that you don't want to do voodoo because of voodoo being someone's religion, well, guess so is Hades. Like, where do you draw the line? Like how do you decide, Disney, if you're going to start trying to be respectful of I guess, for lack of a better term, the pagan religions? Where do you draw the line?
Yes, where do you draw the line is the most important part of this story right here, because apparently it's right before voodoo, and we have seen Disney actually do this previously in the past, as was noted in the article actually by Marvin there. But I want to go ahead and share this post from myself, who documented this back in the day. This by Carmen Smith right here. This was from a Disney Parks blog post. I don't even know if it's still around, because there was a big Disney Parks blog purge that occurred some time ago. But you can see the way they refer to Mama Odie was previously the Voodoo Queen. Now she was referred to as the Bayou Fairy Godmother. And you can see that the original listing for Mama Odie in fan circles and unofficial boards and so forth, was actually the voodoo queen of the bayou. And now we're just going to label her as a bayou fairy godmother. That was kind of the first signal to us officially by the company that they were not going to include voodoo or anything like that in Jonas Bayou Adventure. And we have heard, guys, that, from pros reporting on this, that maybe possibly the same people who brought Jonas Bayou Adventure to life will be working on Villain's Land. So I don't think it's any
it's
surprise.
gonna suck.
Yeah, I don't think it's any surprise that there might be an omission of Dr. Facilier specifically from Villain's Land. And Marvin, I think you were very worried that Dr. Facilier might actually be removed from entertainment opportunities. Specifically, I think one of the spectaculars over there at
so at
Makes Sense So Scary.
The best live show of the year, which is the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular over there at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. A big chunk of that, probably like up maybe a quarter of the show, is Dr. Facilier, because he sings Friends on the Other Side with the Sanderson sisters. And he's a big part of the finale as well, when they do like the villains rundown. So it would be really like they would have to basically redo the whole show in order to take him out of it, and it would be very, very noticeable that they took him out of it.
This all harkens back to a point in time when Disney both could create wonderfully fascinating characters, but simultaneously sinister. And one of my favorite songs was from The Genie, You've Never Had a Friend Like Me, has some eerie overtones. And that was some of these villains that are being presented here, and Facilier, all came out of that kind of an era where, you could write in a little bit of chilling, thrilling into a character that, could go either way. And there's nothing wrong with that, but drawing the line at Facilier still is baffling to me. And when I came across the story yesterday and presented into the 6 Minute Daily, thanking Marvin profusely for what he'd found, I'll just say I was so surprised. I'm like, why are you drawing the line here? The demon Chernobog. You're not. Give me strength on this one, fellas. I'm sorry. Why?
It's ridiculous. It is, and I would say Dr. Facilier is, if you want to talk about the modern era of Disney, he is far and away the best villain they've created in the modern era of Disney.
Long time. Yeah.
Because look, who are his, Mother Gothel, and I can't even think of any, because Disney doesn't do villains anymore. Have you noticed that? Like
no, they
don't
do
have villains anymore.
They do the villains, but they make them the good guys, because since they identify with the villains, they want to make themselves feel good about themselves. Again, this is all projection from the evil side of the stories don't matter group.
Well, I would say Mother Gothel is probably the last straight up Disney villain that we got in a movie, unless I'm misremembering, because I can't think of any. Frozen doesn't have a villain other than Elsa.
But they do. This is the problem. They're all villains. Ironheart was the personification of all villains.
Like the villain of like modern Disney movies is like generational trauma. It's bad parenting in a sense. Look at things like Turning Red and stuff like that. Like, it's all just about parenting. So it's Disney. I saw someone said it one time where it was like, Disney movies used to be, your family is dead and you have to pick up the pieces and move on. There was a lot of those movies like Bambi, whatnot. And modern Disney movies are, your family's alive and you have to deal with all their nonsense. That's the difference.
That's very true. And I think Jordan Peterson has broken this down, how the villain archetype has changed and so forth and more. But I think you bring out some amazing points in which the villains are, those bad thoughts and feelings inside of us. It's like, what? It's like, come on.
The real villain is bad parenting we experienced along the way.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By taking us to Disney instead of Universal.
Yeah, that's a good point right there for sure. And on that universal point right there, it would appear to me that Villain's Land is only simply a response to the Dark Universe portion of Epic Universe, right?
No, I was just gonna say it's not a good one. It's not a good response. It's leftover ideas undercooked by a group of talentless want-to-be Imagineers that'll never get there.
But it is a thing that people have asked for a very long time. It's one of those things, much like the Door roller coaster with the Monsters Inc. It was a thing that Disney fans wanted for a long time. And it's like, well, now you're getting it, but like, you're not getting
it's
it
undercooked.
Like,
it's not the original.
I remember for a long time that it was rumored to be a fifth gate, was going to be Dark Kingdom, was going to be like a dark version of the Magic Kingdom.
or the boutique park, which had been heroes versus villains, which is something that had been, rumored as a fifth gate as well. And look, it's not like some of us haven't seen some of the blue sky images and blueprints for, attractions and things that are, again, not even going to be anywhere close to realized when we see this. So this is really frustrating. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to be a negative Nancy, so I'm going to self-shush myself while you guys finish up. Because
I would also like to point out, Vash, that the concept art that we saw, I would put money down that it will look nothing like that.
Yeah, that's a big suspicion.
Like nothing like it.
Well, I mean, we'll look at the concept art that we've been delivered in the past. Have any projects in the recent history materialized in the way that they first shepherd these things? They first
not from
showcase
Disney.
These things? Yeah.
Not from Disney. Universal actually delivered even more so on the concept art we got for Epic, whereas everything Disney delivers concept art for is just we don't get it, and it looks cheap compared to what was originally promised.
Correct. And even this project has changed conceptually and concept art wise from the time that it was first heralded as part of the what if segment, I believe, for the 2022 D23 Expo. I do remember when they were talking about, oh hey, what can we maybe possibly dream up beyond Big Thunder, right? And it was like, okay, well, we got this Coco and this area with Encanto and so forth. And then just beyond that is Villain's Land. And, well, even this incarnation of the concept art that we've been seeing lately is much, much different than when they first promised. So even in this project, this thing has taken quite a turn right here. I understand that was more conceptual than, maybe the recent concept art we have now. But still, like, Disney has constantly overpromised and underdelivered, and I think this will be a reflection of that. It's sad that Dr. Facilier doesn't get the top billing here in terms of the villains and being included in a land dedicated to villains, but c'est la vie. That's what you get when you have the people, maybe perhaps, that were in charge of Jonas by Adventure in charge of this project. Oof.
He has no friends on the Disney side, Vash.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.